The adventure continues as our party, Nyx, the reincarnated rogue, Rinverhi, the holy sun worshipper, Bran, the monster hunting ranger, and Kenopsia, the DreamWalker amnesiac, explore the mysterious dreamscape in their Pristine Dreams. We got a little bit of a tense situation going on where last we left. Because Cipher, if you remember, you did an acrobatics move and you tried to dodge through those crystals right there. But you kind of ate it and you fell onto the rocks a bit. You cut your leg a little bit and you kind of got freaked out because you looked up and you saw the stalactites above your head and you were like, man, if one of those had fallen off to hit me, that would have been, and it goes punk and just falls down, right? And as it comes crashing down and slams into the ground next to you, it starts turning into, like it morphs out into this blob. And you realize that this is actually some sort of creature with a long pointed tail and two big arms where it was holding on to the ceiling. And while it's holding on to the ceiling, it's indistinguishable from any other stalactite that's up there. But in this moment, now that it has jumped down to try to get you and tried to land on your head, but luckily you fell and that made you miss it. But this creature is now on the ground before you and he's hissing and snarling and has some pretty grisly looking tusks.
Nope, don't like that.
All right. And you'll notice he is right there next to you.
All right, so she's gritting her teeth, and we are going to, take out the dagger, and I don't know if she feels comfortable even, trying to signal to her companions right now. Like, this is a make no sudden moves, possibly make no sudden sounds moment.
Roll a quick perception check.
Okay.
Or an insight check. Let's do that.
All right. Ay.
Okay, you are not sure, what this creature is thinking or if it's acknowledging you in any way.
It's not looking at me?
It's looking right at you, but you're not sure if it sees you.
Oh. Which
is to say a bad thing. Like, you should realize that it sees you, but your insight was so bad that you don't even know if it's aware of you, that I think some part of you is hoping that it just was hoping to fall on you, and since it missed you, maybe it doesn't know where you are.
Okay, then in that case, she's going to try to shrink back, kind of back up behind another crystal, if there's one nearby.
Oh yeah, the whole floor is littered with all these shards and crystals. If you try to move, you will have to make a check or get a little bit cut up if you're trying to move outside of half your speed.
Let's see. I want some distance between us.
Yeah, considering you're kind of prone though, like you sort of fell over. It'd be very difficult for you to move more than about 5 feet for the remainder of your turn.
So, let's go ahead and let's just do it. Let's 5-foot step back.
Okay.
And see how that makes it react.
Okay.
What roll do you want?
Nothing if you're only moving the 5 feet. If you're trying to move beyond that, you'd have to make a dexterity check.
All right. Okay, no, she's just stepping back 5 feet to kind of, and she's got her eyes on it, like like, steady. You know, kind of like.
Okay. So when you initially fell and smashed into the rocks a little bit, there was noise that you made, and the sound of this creature thudding into the ground was very loud. So Bran and Rinverhi, let's have you guys both roll a perception check to see if you're aware that something has happened to Nyx or not.
Okie dokie.
You're just trying to shoot for a 10 or better.
Okay, ooh, 11.
Oh no.
A scoosh better.
All right. And
oh, I don't like that. Oh no.
Bran,
That's a 6.
okay, you got a 6. All right.
I'm not sure why it's... Oh.
Got it? Okay. So, Rinverhi, you definitely hear something slam down and a kind of like whimpery sound that you can kind of guess is Nyx. I mean, you know them well enough to be like, that sounds like they maybe slipped and fell or something, or banged their head on their shoulder on something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe they're just angry because they can't see shit. It is Nyx. You know?
That's true. Yeah.
So you hear this kind of like, boom, and then like a big bang.
Okay. I'm super concerned about the big bang.
Okay.
Is it my go?
Yes.
Okay. So Rinverhi, he will go ahead. Move. I think I moved to 30. That was 25. Yeah. Okay. So I can move one more. On the way, do I see Bran in the water?
Yes.
With his 6 perception, like, what is he doing?
I presume Bran is pretty focused on themselves, but go ahead, Bran. What are you doing? Because you didn't hear anything, so.
It is like, has already gotten like his like little short sword out, like in a like grip that would make it easier for him to like spear this thing as if spear fishing.
Okay, but he looks focused on the water.
Oh yeah, well, spear what thing? Because remember, Bran, you have no idea that thing's there or that happened.
I thought I perceptioned that.
No, this thing is all the way in this other canyon. Like, you can't see it, and you just rolled to hear it, and you got a 6.
I spotted an enemy, separate from that one in the water before.
I don't recall that.
I don't either.
I know you jumped to this rock and you slipped and fell. So I know that episode's not out yet, but I was literally watching it like an hour ago before we came to play. And that was the last thing you did, is you jumped on that curve, slipped and fell in the water. So there's definitely nothing dangerous around you.
Sorry, I'm having a moment of...
You're okay. This area over here, I know that you noticed there were more of those dangerous crystals at, because you were trying to find a path that didn't have these dangerous crystals. But then when you got here, you saw these and were like, oh shit, it's more of the same bullshit anyways.
So Bran, is he just looking around the water? He thinks something is there? Ready to spear something?
What do you think, Dusk? I mean, that's totally fine if Bran just thinks something is near him and wants to just jab at the water.
Fuck.
I think if
Rinverhi's a fickle bitch.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. I think as Rinverhi is passing, though, if it looks like Bran isn't focused on the same direction he is, in the direction of the sounds, he is going to do like this quick, I can't do it, but like this really brief little whistle to get his attention.
Mm-hmm. So
and,
like a...
yeah. And like indicate the direction.
Okay, so Bran, you
Yeah.
definitely notice that, you know?
Snaps his attention to like the whistle from Ren and like starts to move in that direction with
Okay.
Ren, yeah.
All right.
Okay,
So
so
Rinverhi's
I
going
use
to
my-
finish the second half of their turn, and then we'll get to you,
Yeah.
Bran.
Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. So I can't do anything, but I can move up here. And that'll be my turn.
All right. So Bran, it is your turn now.
Would water be considered difficult terrain?
Not this water that's very shallow.
Okay.
All right, so you move up behind Rinverhi. Where do you want to head from there? You can
What I
see
see.
across this way, of course, that there is a little bit of extra terrain there. And you can see on the opposite side, there are more of those crystals and stuff.
Would this little patch be considered like before it gets rough terrain?
Yes.
I think we should proceed very quietly. I heard two sounds. I heard Nyx and something heavy.
Bran nods, and I think goes to draw he's got a longbow on him. Draws.
Okay, a longbow.
So drawing the longbow, he's going to hop over to the rock over here.
Perfect. All right, so you're just setting up there.
Considering that, like, can see that going through the crystals would probably be not a great idea.
Yep. Sounds like a good plan. All right. So as you do that, Rinverhi, you notice that behind you, Arati is kind of making their way up and looking a little bit like worried. Not freaked out or anything, but just like on alert. And they now have that knife out that they had brought with them, the chef's knife. And
Okay.
they're going to kind of sneak up behind you a little bit. And she's going to whisper to you, "Your friend went back the other way to try to outflank whatever might be there. They said they heard
Kenopsia?
something. Did you hear it?"
Yes, I heard something on the other side of this wall. Something might be near Nyx, so stay close.
Yes. Yes. All right. And Kenopsia does make their way back down the passageway that you just came from, kind of
Okay.
hoping to make it back around to the part where Nyx is in, just in
Cool.
case you guys can't get to them from this direction.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And Nyx, it is back on you. And this creature is just kind of hanging out in front of you there. And he's looking at you and he's snarling. And it looks like he's breathing heavy, but he hasn't quite done anything yet. What do you do?
All right. So since we're getting acquainted with each other, I'd like to see if I can perceive anything in particular about, this creature. Like what kind of like does it have super sharp claws or quills or, oh gosh, yes, both. I don't think I have to have her perceive any of that.
This is
But
the deluxe monster where it has everything.
Did you want to try to
tomato and mayo.
gauge the threat level of the monster?
Yeah, let's try that.
Okay, go ahead and roll and investigate then.
Alrighty.
So that way you'll be using like your technical prowess to kind of look at the different aspects of the creature to determine how life-threatening it would be. So you can tell that the exterior skin of the creature with an 11 very much looks like stone, right? And it's got its own little kind of rocky stalactite bits sticking off it all over the place. And as its skin kind of moves and bends as it breathes, you notice those little protrusions do not. So they are probably some sort of hardened tips that are on it that could probably like cut you up or pierce you as much as its talons or giant tusks could. Clearly the big tusks are an immediate threat, and the way you see its claws kind of dig into the stone, you can see the tips of its claws are almost as hard as stone, just kind of cracking and chipping the floor around its fingertips. The creature, I would say the one thing that you really notice the most is that the creature is like actively kind of salivating and panting in front of you. A clear indication that it is probably hungry.
So she realizes she is now prey, and running is not an option. Not quite sure what her dagger could really do in this situation, but she's gonna narrow her eyes and she's gonna get ready to fight it.
Okay. All right. So you pull out your dagger and you're kind of backed up against a wall right there where you're at, and you are ready for the creature to attack. When all of a sudden you notice this creature just dart away from you and scramble up this wall to the right. And it just uses its little hands and talons to climb and stick itself into the wall and moves so quickly between the stalactites up above that before you know it, you can't tell where it is anymore.
Evasion strats. That gun!
Bastard! Come find!
And just as you're kind of looking directly above your head, hoping to try to spot a glimpse of this creature moving, you hear a sound coming from the corridor where you originally came from. And as you look that way, you can see Kenopsia peering around the corner and kind of seeing you in danger, and rushes out across the crystals to try to get to you. As they do so, you can clearly see another one of those stalactites drop down from the ceiling and crash into the top of Kenopsia. Right?
No.
And it is the same type of monster. And it crashes down on top of them, and Kenopsia does not see this and didn't know to expect it at all, right? So they just kind of ran out there thinking you fell. They saw you. They didn't see a creature. And now they're kind of climbing across these rocks when something the size and weight of a large dog just slams into the top of their head and drills them directly into the ground.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Oof.
As far as you can tell, Nyx, Kenopsia is no longer moving, and this creature is clawing and gnawing at the back of their cloak.
No,
No!
that's his fancy boy cloak. No.
That's a security blanket. Leave him alone.
Yeah, so she actually cries out, and immediately, she takes in what happens.
Mhm.
But as soon as her wits are about her again, and she, as soon as her wits are about her again, she throws her dagger with all her might towards the creature so that she can teleport to it.
Nice. All right.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
So we're going to amp things up a bit because we are straight up fighting now, boys.
Hell yeah.
All right. So roll to hit.
All right, let's see. 22, please.
That is a hit.
Woo.
Nice.
All right. And damage.
Get its ass.
7 points.
7 points of damage. All right. So you hit this sucker good, and he is not looking happy. And you notice that despite his incredibly fierce outer skin, when you threw that dagger at him, it did perfectly land in between a patch of those little spikes that they have, and stuck, slashed right through it, just kind of whoosh. So although its skin looks like rock, it is penetrable. You can cut it, and you have sliced greatly into the creature's shoulder, and it freaks out and panics. But before it does so, are you moving with the dagger?
Yes, moving with the dagger. I guess here would be it.
Okay. Yep. Yeah, you can choose any of the squares around it. So.
Okay. There we go.
All right. And as you appear where the dagger was, this creature is again going to try to scurry away, but you can take an attack of opportunity on it if you would like.
100%. 18.
18 hits.
Nice.
10.
Ooh.
10 damage. All right, so it scurries up the side of the wall, but while you still have eyes on it, you manage to reach out with the dagger and slash it again, this time felling the creature, and it falls back and slumps to in between a big patch of those crystals and is now just bleeding out onto the ground around you.
Woo!
Yay!
Nice.
All right, cool. Kenopsia!
Kenopsia appears to be unconscious.
No, not again.
Hold. Not again.
I know.
We got wet
Well,
lap
maybe
and
this will make
unconscious
him
boy.
remember.
Knock his memories back in.
Knock his memories back in.
Restorative
Yeah, she's gonna kneel down and touch his shoulders, and try to rouse him.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, I think you're out of actual action for right now.
Okay. Yeah.
But you definitely do notice that Kenopsia's unconscious. Do you want to say anything before your turn ends?
No.
Okay. All right. Rinverhi, Bran, both of you guys now clearly hear the sounds of battle coming from that corridor. You can hear that weird, distinct electrical sound that is Nyx's dagger. You've come to hear it quite often. And from the echo through this corridor that Nyx has used that dagger to move through the dreamscape somewhere. And you also heard the very loud thud and crashing and some stabbing and some kind of sounds. It sounds intense. All right, Rinverhi, what do you do?
Okay, so from where I'm standing, is there anywhere that I can move that's not crystal stuff?
All of these are crystal areas here, yes. So pretty much
Okay.
everything on that eastern bank is.
Okay, is it clear in this spot? Here?
No, all this is difficult terrain.
It's
so,
all.
Yeah, like
pristine.
there's places you can put your feet and stuff. It's just difficult terrain. So if you rush through it, you may take damage.
Okay, but I can move slowly through it.
Yeah, you can move half speed through it, no problem.
Okay. Then I will do that. Rinverhi, he'll look back to Areta, like, stay here.
And she kind of nods.
Avoid the crystals. And he will carefully make his way to this spot. We should use half of his movement.
All right.
So he can see the business down here.
Yeah, which square do you want to be in, this one or this one?
That one right there.
Okay. All right.
So now you can see all that going on. While he is there, and he sees Nyx with unconscious Kenopsia, which is very worrying, but at the moment he's a little worried about more of these things. So he wants to look around for more of the stalactite creatures.
Okay. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Is this the saving throw? Oh no, this is okay. Boop. Okay.
All
Wait.
right.
Hold on 1 second. That looks like a fail. Hold on. Once per short rest, fail a saving throw. Okay. I'm gonna use my favored by the gods.
Okay, your divine
sorcerer
favor.
thing.
Oh, the favored by the gods
No.
sorcerer thing. Yeah.
See my sorcerer thing. Yeah. So I can add 2d4 to that.
Okay.
So.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. So
Nice.
will that turn it into
17.
17?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So with a 17, just as you begin to look up, you do hear the creature break loose from the ceiling, and you see it kind of darting at you. And you just barely manage to take a 5-foot step in any direction that you choose before it crashes into the ground beside you.
Okay. So he will move this way.
All right. And then this guy goes blam, and he slams into the ground right next to you there.
Okay.
And he's snarling and looks angry. And just for anyone watching at home, this is the same one that just attacked Nyx. So he is getting a little bit desperate at this point. But you still have your action.
Okay. Yeah, I have action and bonus action.
Yep.
So I'm going to use my bonus action first, I
Okay.
think. And I'm going to telekinetic shove it 5 feet away from me.
Nice.
Just not much, but get away from me a little bit. So I'm actually gonna shove it in Bran's direction
No
this
problem.
way.
Yeah.
All right. So you
And
shove
then
it that way.
yeah. And then I am going to guiding. Oh, it's a range. Well, fuck it. We're gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna guiding bolt. And I think it'll have disadvantage because that's a ranged. But
Okay.
so let me see. Range will attack against. Okay. Where I clicked it, did something happen?
I didn't see anything. I think you
Yeah.
have to click the roll part too.
I only have to roll the damage, it looks like. Hold on. Oh yeah, it doesn't use my my modifier.
Okay.
So okay, I guess it doesn't have disadvantage, it just goes. Alright, well. Let's roll the damage.
Woo.
Nice.
17, okay. And let's see, on hit takes whatever radiant damage I rolled, and the next attack roll made against this target before the end of your next turn has advantage.
All right. So this is all radiant damage, though, huh? Flash of light streaks towards the creature of your choice.
Yes.
All right. So you cast this guiding bolt at this creature that's kind of looking desperate and angrily at you here. And as you do, you notice that bright light just illuminates this room, right? And you guys all have your dark vision and stuff, so it doesn't really bother you that much, but it is very, very bright. And this creature seems like it has no idea what the heck you just did. And it's like,
It's never seen light before.
yeah, its eyes get so big, and you see this complete look of fear on its face as this light just kind of seems to go into its eyeballs and then start coming out of its mouth and all the little seams of its skin, and this thing just dies, man.
Did it explode?
It didn't explode, but it's like radiant energy, so it's like holy beams of light come out from all around it, and then it's just kind of like wow, and it's like gone.
Oh my god. I think Rinverhi's a little taken aback. KWISPY.
KWISPY. Yeah, you essentially just fried this guy, so yeah.
Good to know.
I wish we could put the emote I just put in chat like on the screen. I feel like that's Rinverhi's face.
Yeah.
What's Bran's face?
Yeah, Bran, you have a clear view of this, and it's extremely bright. So you see the guiding bolt just go whoop, poof, and just crispify this dog that turns into like wisps in the wind, you know?
Bran just gives a thumbs up.
Rinverhi like looking like at the crispy dog, and then looks over at Bran and just gives like this meek like thumbs up, like, yeah, I meant to do exactly that. Yep.
Also keeping a note of radiant light is very good against things that were born in the darkness.
Yes.
All right,
That's
Bran.
Rinverhi's turn. Yeah.
Yeah, it is on you.
Me?
Yes.
Okay. Bran's gonna hop on him.
Sorry, I didn't leave enough for you.
You're fine, that was incredible.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, I think one move is going to take you pretty much just to there, Bran. So, but you have a second move or action to take. But before you do that, go ahead and roll a dexterity saving throw.
I
spoke too soon.
Dex saving throw?
Yes.
Let's fucking go. That's a 22, my guy.
Ooh, all right. Feel free to move 5 feet in a direction of your choice.
Your rolls aren't
I understand.
coming through. I don't think.
Yeah, they're not rolling, like the actual roll part of it's not rolling. Are you rolling in
saying the
D&D
result?
Beyond? Instead of the owlbear grimoire thing?
Oh, you're right. I am. Shit.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Fuck.
No worries, no worries.
I forgot.
No, that's
It's
okay.
okay.
Yeah, it'd just be nice if it's in the game log, so.
Yeah. I'm doing like a salute of like, will do for further actions.
Yeah.
All right, so feel free to move yourself 5 feet in any direction. As another one of these creatures shoots down to try to get you. Blam! And he slams in the ground right behind you. And you still have your action and bonus action.
I just want to kick it in the face because I currently have a bow equipped. Well, it's technically good switch.
Yeah, you could certainly drop draw real quick. Woohoo! Nice, natural 20. There you go.
Let's go.
Dude, what this boy does best. Yeehaw.
All right.
You mess with the wrong motherfucker.
All right, let's roll some crit damage then. Yeah.
That's multiplied by 2, yeah?
Yep.
22 damage?
Oof. All right.
Yeah, just...
Go ahead, Bran. Tell us how it's done.
Has kind of like that like sixth sense of like, oh, something is near me, or something is near me and coming at me. And it's like a quick roll of like sheathing the bow, taking out his greatsword, and like swinging up in an arc to get like catch its neck.
Oh, dude, I got you totally. So yeah, you do that reflex check with a 22. It falls from the sky. You take your 5-foot step, and what you're saying is you just let go of that bow, draw your sword, and swing across the sky. You don't give a shit what it is, and you just cut this thing completely in half as it's just falling. So like a watermelon fruit ninja style, this guy goes right in front of you.
Yeah.
And he is toast. All right. So these creatures are scary, and they pack a punch, but you guys got them under control so far. Nyx, it is back to you.
She's trying to rouse Kenopsia, not roughly, but she's just kind of like shaking him a little bit.
Sure.
Like pressing her hands against his shoulders. And waiting to see what happens, if anything.
He definitely seems out. Like there's not going to be any rousing him immediately. And yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah. Is he bleeding?
Not really.
Scratched up?
Nope. It looks like he got kind of bludgeoned and like knocked unconscious, bludgeoned. So non-lethal damage to the point where they hit 0.
All right. She's gonna look over her shoulder. He's alive, and because she's aware that Rinverhi is there. So.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. You clearly saw both Bran and Rinverhi come over there, and just for one, Rinverhi exploded a monster basically with radiant light, and then Bran just cleaved one in half out of the sky.
Just adventurer things.
Yeah. We're seasoned adventurers.
Yeah. We're some pretty cool guys.
Yeah, so she turns her attention back to Kenopsia and then, calls out again, you'll have to help me with him.
We're on our way. Just stay close to him.
All right, you want to do anything else, Nyx?
I don't think she can do anything. She can't pick him up or drag him or anything like that. So she's just going to stay nearby, like Rinverhi said.
Okay. And you do have that dead body one kind of next to you, too. Just don't forget about them.
Well, what about them?
No,
it's
nothing.
dead, right?
No, you have to Walking Dead it and like put its blood on you. Mask your scent.
I was just thinking about that. Oh,
Bran starts doing that
for like no reason.
For no reason.
It's just scrunching them up like a toothpaste tube. Just get all the good stuff out.
Horrible.
Terrible.
Some monsters are sold for their parts.
Rinverhi wouldn't suggest this, but I was thinking like maybe we want to take some of their parts and stuff, especially since they're dangerous here. Yeah, I'm glad Bran's on it.
All right. So then, if you're not doing anything else, Rinverhi, you can go.
Okay. Where is Areta staying put?
Yeah, you
or
can still.
Moved?
No, you can still see her from kind of where you're at. Like at least Bran can.
Okay.
So Bran, she's all right.
Okay. Yeah, I think Rinverhi will say to Bran, keep an eye on Areta. Don't let her be alone.
Gives like a little salute.
And Rinverhi, can I check for more stalactite from where I'm standing?
Yeah, you can certainly roll a perception check.
Okay. Perception. It's just a 10.
Okay. Yeah, you
Nothing
scan.
wrong with
Don't knock a 10.
You scan the ceiling, and you're skeptical that if you looked right at one, you'd even know what it was.
Right.
Or
I
be
just
able to
see
tell
like
the difference. Yeah.
yeah, just rocks hanging from the ceiling. Like I don't know what. Okay. Well.
Yep.
All right. In that case, he is. He thinks it's safe, so he's gonna keep going this way very slowly. Move here. A little closer to Nyx and Kenopsia.
All right. So you move into that square right next to him, and you can go ahead and look around, and it seems safe.
Okay. It seems
I don't
safe.
trust you for a minute.
I know. Keyword seems.
Seems
And
exactly.
there's 5 ready to drop down at once. But so I guess I used my action to try to perceive. So
I would say no, I'm fine with saying you're just being aware, you know?
okay. Cool, thank you.
Yeah.
In that case, I want to check on Kenopsia. He's unconscious and not like waking up at all. Can I do like a medicine check?
Yep.
Okay. 16.
Okay. So see, like this feels like this type of skill check is something that takes time. You know?
Yeah.
Where like just looking while you're walking seems like you know?
Yeah. Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah. So doing this sort of medicine check like this, you're kind of just checking Kenopsia out, checking their pulse, are they breathing? You feel their head, all that sort of stuff. You're kind of looking for a wound. So you can do this very quickly as you've done triage a lot over the years.
Mhm.
And you realize like, okay, this is like they have been knocked out, but eventually they will come to. They're just going to be out for a little while. Like they don't necessarily require healing. They're almost like taking a nap.
Okay. So we basically just need to keep an eye on him until he comes to again.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. I think Rinverhi will say or pass that along to Nyx, like, he's all right, he's just unconscious. We're just going to have to carry him with us until he comes to again.
She nods.
He'll also add, good looking out for him. And that's Rinverhi's turn.
All right, Bran, you're up.
I think Bran, like, keeping an eye on Retta and, like, wanting to still be in eyesight is going to take the time while Rin, like, takes care of Kenopsia to gut the monster right beside him.
Like the one you cut in half? Do you mean like just reach in and touch its guts?
Yeah, you know, like a normal person. Yeah.
You just roll them up like a tube of
Clean
toothpaste.
vivisection.
Yeah, just like reach in and like scoop some out of like the hollow cavity.
Yeah, but seriously, I think it's like taking note of like basic organs, like, okay, how does this thing breathe?
Vital areas, things like that.
Vital areas, if it has like any certain pouches that produce like either something that's flammable or poisonous.
Okay.
Nice,
or I guess
nice.
As well as venomous, because those are two different things that interact very differently.
I like it. Go ahead and roll an investigate check. Or hold on a second. Let's see. Yeah, I'd say you're looking for something specific, but this is sort of survival based.
I was looking at survival. It seems survival-y.
Yeah. Use your choice, Bran. Investigate or survival, whichever you prefer.
+3 or +6?
Tough.
Yeah. Well, keep in mind, survival will tell you survival things. Investigate would tell you kind of science things.
Yeah.
So there's some
I get
overlap
you.
there, but not complete overlap.
One thought, can this be made into jerky?
Survival.
Second thought, would my companions eat this?
Intelligence or investigate.
I'm feeling survival.
Okay. All right, 21. You got it. So with the 21, you kind of look over the creature and you realize it has like a general physiology like you would expect. Its heart is in the right place. Its brain is in the right place. Its guts and stuff are in the right place. It does not appear to have any sort of venom, poison, or toxin of any kind that you can discern in the brief moment you take to do this. So you're, 99% positive it doesn't have any of those things. The hide on it, like I said, is kind of a leathery, thick skin, not impassable, but those little mini stalactites that it has on it are very hard, almost like a chitin style kind of crab shell sort of a feel or strength to them. So those things are super deadly, right? And could definitely cause a lot of damage. And it has an amazing amount of like upper body strength, and the talons of it, you can tell, like I mentioned earlier, they're not only like super rock hard, but the fingers on it are so thick and short that you can tell this thing can just hug something like a koala and basically attach to it and just stick there almost indefinitely.
Oh, little cave koala.
This checks out. Is that what we're gonna call him?
Sure. Cave koalas. It makes them more charming.
It really does. Good PR.
Thank
They're
you. Thank you.
just chock full of chlamydia. That's all of them.
Guess we'll have to build a ward for them.
I know. That's a famous thing about koalas for some reason.
That's true,
It's
yeah.
super weird.
It is.
Okay, koala.
All right. Want to do anything else, Bran?
I take guts to sell.
Okay. Yeah, you can definitely probably store a couple of the different more important anatomical bits, the heart, and different parts that would be, fangs. Cipher just noted 2 fangs and stuff, the tusks and all.
Take those spikies,
Yeah, if you want to cut off one or two of the
Somebody's
spikes
gonna
to
want the
examine later.
spikies.
Yep.
Yeah. You should just stuff the whole thing in your bag.
Just roll it up like a little tent.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's just watching you like, Jesus Christ.
It's like, ew.
I'm with the psychopath.
No, I'd say for the most part,
Just smiles and waves.
yeah, for the most part, what you're doing would seem very normal for a type of survival themed adventure like yourself. That you're like, there are parts and pieces to this that are going to dry out. They're going to be good for later. The kind of like you can create pemmican type stores out of the fattier bits, and the other leaner meats, like the real core muscles like the heart and all, will stay good for a longer amount of time than other meats. So it may not be the most tasty meals you've ever had, but they're definitely survival rich nutrients. So it makes sense for you to kind of peel those apart. And as you're kind of doing that, and you're kind of slicing and dicing these different bits and putting them in basically like a little dump pouch that you have, so you're just putting them in a bag that's kind of specifically for this kind of thing, and most hunters and stuff would have that kind of thing. So as you're kind of doing this, you feel a little something press up against your side and kind of wiggle around for a second.
Carl?
And he's just like, oh, you're getting some good pieces off of there, huh? Yeah, this guy's wild.
It's going to be an interesting dinner.
Interesting for sure. Definitely something I haven't eaten in, gosh, a few thousand years and stuff. You know. Wait. Yeah,
Quirk's eyebrow.
It's been a few thousand years since I seen one of these. They were supposed to be not around anymore. They said they'd got rid of all of them. What were these things called again? Tricycles? Triscuits? Trypitís. It's a Trypitís, yeah. Yeah, I seen this.
Trypitís. And like Bran nods and like, interesting. Thousands of years and creatures that haven't been seen and thought to be extinct. And I am getting one of them. Hooray!
Boy, I hope it's not endangered.
Well, I hope they're tasty.
Gosh, I don't even remember. I don't think people ate them for fun, that's for sure. You know, I bet if you ask that old lady you've been hanging with, she might remember more about these.
Good to know. He pats Carl.
He kind of nuzzles his way back into your cloak.
I love my little cauldron. But he's not suggesting cannibalism, at least.
What does that look like for the rest of us if we look over at Bran?
Well, if you look over at Bran, considering his big cloak and stuff,
okay, we don't see him pull out a cauldron and talk to it.
No, yeah, you may or may not be able to see that. If you do,
okay,
go ahead and both you guys roll a perception check to see if you notice Carl.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
We're hyper alert for Carl.
Yeah.
We're like, it's a little fucked up.
Both of you guys hear that voice
Perceived my pot.
Yeah.
Hear the voice.
Yeah, you hear that voice that you heard a few days ago. I mean, it's a quiet cavern, and your guys' senses are like on high alert. You guys are like, where is this thing coming from? And then all of a sudden you hear that like, oh, hey, you know, and you're like, and you look over, and you can see Carl kind of, you know, like walk out almost onto Bran's thigh, like the way he's crouched down. So it's kind of like walking out onto his thigh and like almost doing this where that pot is kind of bending up and down, like talking to him and looking at the monster.
Okay.
So not only is the pot like speaking with no discernible mouth or anything like that, but it also bends and moves like a living creature. And then right before it like goes back, you see it kind of almost turn back into that like solid form, but its little feetsies just walk it back kind of up and into his cloak.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything about that. Just observe that for a minute and like, right, Kenopsia, we should. Or you know what? He sees that and he looks at Nyx like, you saw that, right?
Does Rinverhi ask her that?
Yeah, like very quietly.
Nyx is just staring at Bran like like kind of in she's like scrutinizing him a little bit like what the heck, you know, just kind of like
what's so wrong about a man in his pot?
Nothing. When it talks, it wants.
Legalize Carl. So she looks over at Rinverhi and she just kind of like she does this solemn nod and then she shrugs a little.
Yeah. Rinverhi, he kind of like also shrugs slightly and he's like, you were asleep the other night, but definitely heard it talk. This is the first time I saw it move, though. That's, well, that's something.
I don't like it.
We
Hey.
should talk to Bran about it, maybe. I just thought, he had a little imaginary friend thing. I'm sure it gets very lonely in the woods. I'm not one to judge. But things change when it has mobility.
The adventure continues in the next exciting episode of Pristine Dreams. Thank you for listening. Visit us on our YouTube channel at D20 Dreamland. Leave us a review, like, share, and subscribe to catch the rest of the adventure. Until next time, sweet dreams.